Nice of you to invite us into your homes today. We trust that everyone is having a good day. Don't be concerned about those gray hairs. You've earned every one of them. We are presenting another segment of our Senior Citizens Program, and we present this program being that it is prepared by senior citizens for senior citizens. Our goal is to seek programs that will inform you and we hope entertain you. We constantly search for new subjects and ideas that will keep our programs current and also interesting. We welcome your comments because we want to make this program your program. So we ask now that you would stay with us as we present our program. We promise that there will be no commercials in our time. We have with us as guests this morning two ladies who are the directors of Senior Circle Incorporated. This program is a nonprofit adult daycare program. And we want to welcome you ladies to our program, and we trust that by visiting some, we will learn more about the Senior Circle. Patty, we might ask you, where is the Senior Circle located?
Senior Circle is presently located at 510 Iowa Avenue, Muscatine. We're located in the basement of the Church of Christ, and the church has donated the space and utilities for that. Our phone number there is 264-8995.
What are the operating hours for your program?
At the present time, we're open on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Our goal is to be open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and we hope by sometime this summer that we will reach that goal.
How was your program activated and by whom?
Terry and I saw a need in the community and decided that our goal was to make adult daycare a service offered to the residents of Muscatine.
How long has your program been in operation?
We have been open since June 4th, 1984, last year.
Do you have any sponsors, and is there a charge to take part in this program?
We have no sponsors at this time. Our funding comes from donations from the community and from client fees.
Terry, perhaps we might ask you, is this service available to all senior citizens?
Yes, it is. We do not discriminate, nor do you have to be a member of the church.
Can you accommodate additional people for your program?
At the present time, we have adequate space, but we are able to open up additional partitions so that we may enlarge Senior Circle. Also, at the present time, we just have ladies who are clients, but we welcome gentlemen also.
Mm-hmm. Do your people have to be ambulatory to attend your program?
We do have certain requirements in becoming a client of Senior Circle. Number one is that they be an adult. Number two is that they transfer easily with the assistance of one. And also, we would prefer our clients to be continent, but we would take an occasional incontinence with a doctor's report.
I might ask you, does your program at this time have a special need?
In the community, adult daycare is relatively a new concept in the health field care, so that we are continually finding ourselves educating the community on what adult daycare is. Also, at this time, our income is based on client fees, which is also based on a sliding fee scale, and community donations. So at the present time, we are always seeking dollar donations or in-kind donations.
Perhaps you might tell us what the purpose of the Senior Circle is.
Our purpose is to prevent or postpone institutionalization for those who are able to live at home with assistance, to provide a support system and respite for the caregiver and family,
how would this prevent or postpone institutionalization?
It would give our clients a feeling of self-worth, and we try to implement goals that will keep them independent longer. To restore or maintain optimal capacity for self-care through therapeutic, social, and health activities. To give the older or handicapped person an independent existence apart from the family for 6 to 8 hour intervals so as to restore a feeling of individuality and self-worth. To relieve some of the stress of aging for the elderly person by providing an empathetic ear for expressing feelings of loneliness, grief, and depression, and for coming to terms with growing old.
This relieving some of the stress might, people might find that there's others that have the same problem as they have, and perhaps discover that they're not the only ones with these problems, and they probably discuss them among themselves, I suppose.
Yes, they do, quite often, in fact. To provide the opportunity for forming close new friendships with other persons their age or with similar handicaps. To ease the transition from hospital or nursing home to the community.
This would pertain to people that are returning to live at their home. That would help them to meet that transition.
Yes. Also for maybe a resident who was in a nursing home for perhaps a broken hip and who is dismissed later on. To bring those who have lost touch back into the mainstream of life. I might add at this time that there is an application process for those clients who are wishing to come to Senior Circle, and that usually consists of meeting the client or a home visit, which we would prefer to do, where release forms are signed and transportation is arranged on an individual basis.
This, you have stated that to bring back those who have lost touch back in the mainstream of life, this probably would promote more interest among themselves, as it might say, take a new lease on life to bring them back into the mainstream of life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, this seems to be a very worthwhile program that's available to our senior citizens, and it would seem to be available to all those who would like to take advantage of this program. Patty, perhaps you might tell us what the Senior Circle provides.
Well, we provide a variety of things. First of all, we have a nutritious noon meal and snacks during the day, and our meal is provided through the Area Agency on Aging's Congregate Meals Program.
This is a hot food?
Yes, it is, and it's good food. Then we provide socialization with other senior citizens and with our many guests and visitors. And we have lots of activities, and you're not required to participate in any of the activities, but most people enjoy them. Some of those are crafts, and we've done all sorts of crafts, like making Christmas ornaments and Christmas stockings around that time of year. We've done stenciling and tin punch, decoupage. We've made the silk flowers, quilting. We've done folded stars, refrigerator magnets, and some drawing and poetry. And then we do some things in music. We sing and we listen to records. And we've even requested some songs on the radio and had them play them specifically for us. We have music groups come in and perform too. We play games sometimes, Uno, cards, bingo. Sometimes we have quizzes, that are just fun little things. We do cooking, usually at least once a week, cookies, cakes, etc., and sometimes preparation for parties and holidays and special days. We have a Bible study. We have films, and we get a wide variety from the library. We try to get in speakers every now and then. Informative things. We've had people from the clinic and the Red Cross come in and tell us health type things, as well as fun things. Like we had a lady come in and tell us all about beekeeping, and she was dressed in the beekeeping hat, or whatever you call it, and brought some of the honey. And we had somebody come and talk on antiques one time and various things like that.
I noticed on your brochure you have cooking. Does that involve like baking cookies and things like that?
Oh yeah, we do that weekly. We make part of our own snacks there, and everybody is really good. And we have some who like to lead in the kitchen, so it works out real good.
I would assume that this helps a lot of the ladies to try their hand at baking and perhaps cooking. I know that most women like to cook, and if they're living in another person's home, they probably don't get a chance too often to keep their hand in, you might say. And I'm wondering too, when these ladies are all making their own recipe or whatever, is there any infringe on the other person's turf, or is there any problem that way where they might get in each other's way or something like that?
So far, everything's worked out pretty good. You know, there are some of those who really enjoy the cooking, and they really shine when they're in the kitchen, and others would just as soon kind of sit back and let them lead, so it all works out.
That's good.
We also take some field trips from time to time. Some of the ones we've taken in the past have been, we took the Kent Feed boat ride last summer. We went to a flower show at the library. We visited the Amana colonies and the Musser Museum here in town. We went to a donkey farm, which is my folks' farm. They raise donkeys as a hobby, and Mom fixed a big farm-style meal for us. And we've been to both Terry's house and my house and did some fun things there. And from time to time last summer, we did go down to the ceramic shop and try our hand at that. We also have book hour, and in that we read for about 45 minutes or so, and that gives everybody a chance to relax and sometimes close your eyes and rest for a while. We do also offer blood pressure and weight monitoring, and this is done weekly through the community nursing. They provide a nurse who comes in and takes care of that and monitors medications and answers everyone's health questions, you know, looks at problems they may have.
If you find that someone might have a problem with blood pressure, are they referred to their own personal doctor then, or informed, the doctor is informed of this?
Yes, that's why we try to do it frequently, to keep on top of those things. Also, we try to work on specific goals and therapies to help keep the person independent and at home for as long as possible. We do try to help with daily living skills for that purpose too, to keep people home longer and maintain the capabilities that we have right now.
Daily living skills, what would that entail? What to involve?
Adjusting to new needs that have come up in our health and being aware of our needs and the abilities we have. We do try to offer some adult education also, and as I said on the speakers, we've had people come in from the clinic and talk about medications and questions you should ask your doctor about medications. We've had people come from the Red Cross and speak on health-related topics, such as recently we had one on hypothermia, which I guess is, you know, getting too cold. And I thought that was something that happened in the winter, but actually they enlightened us and told us that spring and fall are the times when it's real often, because you think it's warm enough to go without the coat, and it's not.
I notice on your brochure you have counseling listed. What would that involve? Do the people discuss their problems with someone and someone tries to help them on that?
We try and help them on the things we can, and then we do offer referral services to other agencies, you know, if their problem needs the attention of someone from another agency. that was the next thing on my list
Oh.
here. Information and referral services. We try to keep up to date on what's going on in the community and things that people may be interested in, and also refer them to new services or to services they may be needing for their own personal help. We do also offer exercises, and these are just light, mildly stimulating to help keep the range of motion and to get our blood circulating and refresh us. We also talk about transportation, and that's on an individual basis. The dial-a-ride bus is the most common form of that, and that covers everyone here in Muscatine, and for senior citizens the cost is 50 cents. And then if there's someone outside of town or within Muscatine County, there is the Great River Bend Transit. We try to provide service that benefits everyone's health and physical well-being, as well as giving some interaction and some fun times for everybody.
I understand that your people that avail themselves of your service are women. Would you welcome men?
Oh yes, we welcome men. We just haven't had any sign up yet.
Well, I'm sure that this is a very worthy program that's available to the senior citizens that come to your services, and we want to thank you, Patty and Terry, for being on our program, and we wish you continued success with the Senior Circle.
You.
We would like to remind you that our programs are televised on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock and on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. We suggest at this appointed time that you take a break in your daily chores and sit back and relax in your easy chair and tune us in. You'll be glad that you did. This is Jerry Schreiber saying, if you don't have many wrinkles, you haven't smiled enough. Until another time, see you on Cablevision.